And it's nice to have a beer on a patio.
Yes.
And Mike Yawney's getting a bit of a head start. It's time to add the magical ingredient, Mike.
It is, Jill, Ted. I have to say, the producers were making fun of me in my ear as I was leading to the commercial because I didn't know what to call these things. I called the giant vat-type things. Apparently, I don't feel bad anymore because they're called tons. Who would have guessed this is called a ton? I thought maybe a kettle, but it's a mash tun. Paul, brewmaster here. Okay, I don't feel nearly as bad because I never would have guessed that's what it's called. This is, you know, a lot of scientific things are happening in there right now.
Sure there is. We're converting that starch, the carbohydrate, over to sugar. And we're resting at different temperatures. It's called step infusion mashing, where we will produce complex sugars which won't ferment and give the beer its body, and more simple sugars which will ferment and give the beer its alcohol.
Everyone at home, their eyes are glazing over. It is really complex, and there's a lot more to it.
It is. Brewing science is very complex. Anytime I bring anybody through the brewery, they're going, holy sh... I had no idea.
Exactly. The magic ingredients right here. This is the honey. Darren's from Downtown Food. This honey came from the rooftop Downtown Food.
Absolutely. Yeah. All of the honey, actually, all of the honey that we use in the restaurant right now is from the rooftop garden, or from the rooftop apiaries, rather. That we did. You love bees, don't you?
Oh, I love bees. Bees and I go way back. I used to work at an apiary, for those who don't know. And I got to say, I've tasted this honey before. It is really incredible. I'm going to hold the pail up.
The great thing about this beer and kind of what we're going to be able to do with this honey is that it is really a taste of, you know, we talk about terroir and wine, but we're actually, this is honey that was that was found by the bees in downtown Calgary. There's nothing like it. So when you come to Downtown Food, you're really going to have a taste of downtown. And it's super exciting.
It is a unique taste. I find actually this honey was really sweet, even sweeter than a typical honey.
Yeah, I would agree. I also think there's a lot of complexity and depth to the flavor of the honey that isn't always found with just, say, a straight clover honey or some of the other flowers that are used, because it was pulling it from the trees that occur downtown. It was going to the different gardens, the hanging baskets along the river, because they'll forage in such a great area.
Very cool.
We're very fortunate to have had that rooftop apiary, and Big Rock for helping us brew, like, it'll be the best beer ever.
Best beer ever. Gotta love that. When does this actually go into the mash?
This honey is going to go in at the end of the boil. Okay. So we'll pour it in there probably 10 minutes before the end of the boil. Make sure that it's nice and clean. Everything gets sterilized in that boil. And we'll get some nice honey flavor from it. Putting in then.
Still have to wait a little bit longer before we can put the honey in, and of course we have to wait even longer for the beer to be done. But Darren tells us, he promises us, Jill, Ted, that there's going to be a little BT party, first taste at Downtown Food when it's ready.
Sounds good. Hey, what's the beer called, Mike? What's the beer called?
Oh, what's the official name of the beer going to be called? Do we have one?
To be announced. We do. We have a logo, and we have it. So we're just going to have a little chat today at the brewery, and we're going to decide on the name.
Things are happening here. Things are happening here.
To be announced.
I like it.
To be announced. I just had like the gobsmacked look on my face. I was like, oh, beer.
Honey, beer.